We're good.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Right?
Very good. Our gracious Father in heaven, we are grateful for the opportunity we have to gather this day at this Rotary Club. We're thankful for the opportunity we have to go forward and serve our community and reach out and make a positive difference in the lives of so many people. We are thankful for the food we are able to eat. We're thankful for the fellowship we're able to experience with one another. And we're grateful for this country to live in and the freedoms that we have. We ask that please bless our time here today will be uplifting, that we'll enjoy the fellowship that we have with one another, and that we can leave here feeling uplifted and energized to spread the work of Rotary throughout the community. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. Our special guest today is a teacher, and she'll be introduced here in just a second by Andrew. And she's on a tight time schedule, and so we want to enable her to get on back to her classroom. So, Andrew, you have the program today. Andrew Bowman, everyone! Woo!
Well, springtime in the lawn care industry, it's like I don't know which way I'm going in and out. And it snowed last Wednesday, and it was like 80 degrees this morning. So it's been a fantastic season for us in our company, and I hope everybody else is having a great spring as well. And we're almost into May, which is really cool because we got the 8500 right around the corner. Really pumped up for that. But as you all know, I'm Andrew Bowman. I'm the president-elect of this club. So after the 4th of July festival, I will gladly take the reins from Rob so he can sit in the back of the room and heckle me for the next year after that. My wife, Megan, back there, we own Bowman's Pro Shirt, family owned for 34 years here in beautiful Brazil, Indiana. So that's enough about me. Yes, Rob.
Are you going to spray our parking lot with your children?
Rob, I replied to your text already.
What's
Yes,
the
you
answer?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, soon.
He said something about soil temperatures. I was like, it's Roundup. Just spray it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a couple weeks ago, we had a funding request brought to the board about a service dog for one of the elementary schools, and Chris has actually said he'd heard this presentation before. It was really, really good, and brought the idea that maybe we could have this presentation for the club so we can learn more about the service dog and what maybe the club can do to help with some funding. So I have Brooke here with us, and she's going to tell us about that opportunity.
Hi. I should have this memorized by now, but I don't. I had to present in front of the school board too. I am the transition teacher at Van Buren Elementary. I teach kindergarten through 2nd grade, and I teach the students who have emotional instability, behavioral issues, and those who have trouble coping with their emotions. So I teach them the skills and strategies to use to help them get over their feelings and communicate with us how they're feeling and what we can do to help. In my classroom, we're trying to help them manage their issues and understand that there are consequences for their actions. I have a wide spectrum of students, so it just depends on their needs is what I teach. All of my students are taught the gen ed curriculum in my classroom, same as their peers in the regular classrooms. And I was thinking one day, because I did some research on therapy dogs, I have noticed it's becoming more common. So I wanted to get involved and see what I could do to help my students and help my future students coming up. So I did some research on the positives and negatives of a therapy dog. There's more positives than negatives. Some of the negatives was the allergy concerns, those who were afraid of dogs who had past experiences. But a lot of the positives that I saw just outweighed those negatives, and it can make an impact on helping them with their social skills and how to communicate their feelings. If they don't want to talk to me or talk to one of my assistants in my classroom, they can talk to the dog. They can get their feelings out with the dog, someone who doesn't talk back. So they can just get it out and feel relieved and then come back and we'll try our classwork again. Some of my students do have the social issues. They don't know how to interact with other students. So I saw that a therapy dog can help them overcome that and learn more social skills as the time goes on. So we found a hypoallergenic dog. I'm thinking about a golden doodle. I have already purchased a golden doodle. It's not born yet, but I should be able to bring it home in August. We have raised $3,500 so far for this program, so I have about $1,500 more to go. The dog will live with me. I will take care of it. You know, I'm more than happy to. I already have the training lined up. Will be done at Unlimited Possibilities in Terre Haute. I had the quotes and everything done, so I got that approved. And it will have all of the dog certifications and behavior trainings, veterinary shots and everything. It'll be all ready to go. I have to buy insurance for the dog for the school. It can't be on school grounds without insurance and being covered in case it would bite somebody or if we would have an accident. I included the whole school and the staff members and the students, and I came up with 5 different names my IAs and I did. So we did a survey and we got them all involved to pick a name for the dog. So they chose Journey. So our dog's name will be Journey. And there's also, I created a Facebook page that the community can follow along with. It's called Follow Journey Therapy Dog VBE for Van Buren. And I'm just really excited about this, and I can see that it can help in so many ways, and it can prevent that stressful atmosphere in the classroom. It can provide more of a calming atmosphere with the students, and it won't only be utilized in my room. The dog will be utilized throughout the whole school. So if there are ADHD students or students who have had a bad night and just need to talk, they can come to my room and talk with the dog, read to the dog, decompress, and then go back to class and try again. But we're all very excited, and I'm hoping that our goal is reached, and we're excited for this new program at Van Buren. That's all I've got for you. Are there any questions? Questions? Yeah.
Are there similar programs in other schools?
Yes.
Have you gone and used those programs, or how do they work?
I have not. I worked at Davis Park Elementary in Vigo County, and they have a therapy dog this year. And so I saw that they were doing it, and then I saw that another school in Vigo County did it, Terre Haute South. They have a therapy dog now as well. And then Rio Grande is also working on a therapy dog as well. We've been talking back and forth, the counselor and I have been communicating. And a lot of it, all the expenses are on me, and because I'll be the sole provider, I'll be the one responsible for the dog. But other than that, I mean, it's just kind of research that I've done.
Are
And
there certifications that you have to yourself?
Yes, I have to do the training with the dog, and because it has to have the one person that is going to be in command. And I also have a backup person who will do the training as well in case I'm sick at school or can't be there. She will take care of the responsibilities when I'm gone. Yeah.
What about ongoing costs for the dog? I know if it's a golden doodle, you're gonna have to have it trimmed.
Yep, groomed. That'll be all on me.
And food for the dog, some veterinary expenses and so on.
I will take care of that. That'll be for me.
That's gonna come out of your pocket? That doesn't seem fair.
I know, but I had a dog before and I just recently lost her, so I had 2 dogs at home, so it's really no difference to me. It's not going to be any different than having my golden retriever and grooming her and all those expenses, so I'm pretty used to that.
Of course, also, you're gonna get the advantage of having the dog at
Yes.
home.
Yes.
When it's not working.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I could ever give it away, ever. So I'm like, I will be responsible for everything.
How long will it be working at the school? I assume it will retire and become just your dog at some point.
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure on that. I know it takes a year for the training, so we won't be able to have the dog until August of 2022. So it'll stay with me, it'll go wherever I go. If I transfer schools in the corporation, it'll go with me, and it'll just be my little sidekick. Wherever I go, she will go.
Yeah, my question was how long the training was. You said it was unlimited possibilities,
Mhm.
and it's in Terre Haute.
Yeah. She said it would take about a year because the dog, after the first year, the dog is constantly changing and learning new things. And plus, I'll have to do some more training after that just to keep it up with, to keep it going because it goes through so many changes in the first 2 years of its life.
Great.
So will the school will the school corporation own the dog, or will you own
I
the dog?
will. The school corporation's not helping me. Van Buren, we have our own funds at Van Buren, and we did a fundraiser, a trash bag fundraiser, and some of that money was going towards the training for the dog.
My wife taught with, at a school in Vigo County where they had a dog like that, and it was just a wonderful experience. She said the whole staff bonds with the dog and the
Yeah.
kids too, but.
Yeah, and that's something else that I had noticed too, like, I mean, that's why the dog's not just gonna be in my room 24/7. I want it to be out and about with everybody, so everybody has interaction with the dog, and not just me and my students. I'm really hoping to start something, and more schools will get one, and we'll see an increase in attendance, and some of those behavior issues will decline.
Are there any concerns about kids that may have allergies to dogs?
There is, I was looking at, so there's different types of golden doodles. So I made sure to get one that was 75% poodle and 25% golden retriever because they won't shed. We're also gonna be passing out permission slips. We're gonna send home permission slips to parents at the beginning of the year with the whole packet of stuff parents have to fill out. And we're gonna keep track of those for parents who will give permission for their student to be around the dog, and for those who have allergy issues or have had bad past experiences. We're gonna keep everything documented so we know who can be around the dog and who can't.
Can you give us an idea of a sort of a day in the life as far as the kinds of students, the kinds of issues that you face? And
Yes. So my students, they range, I mean, some of them just struggle emotionally. They have anger issues, or they've grown up, had a rough home life, or haven't been taught those coping strategies and how to deal with their anger. Sometimes I have students that come in first thing off the bus. Somebody on the bus has made them mad, so they have just had a meltdown and screaming, kicking, yelling. I've had to get them off of the bus to take them to my room. Students who don't want to follow instructions, and they can be something simple and it'll just set them off just like that. We go over a lot of redirection and how should you handle, what is the appropriate way to handle the situation. I have a lot of people get scared because I have a padded room in my classroom, but that is just for those students who may get violent and it keeps them from harming themselves. So they have a padded room, they can go in, it's quiet, they're by themselves, they can calm down, and once they are calm and ready, they can come back out and join the classroom. We have that, and we have just a quiet space for students who just need to take a break. I mean, it can just range. Some of my students are very high academically, and some of them are low. So I accommodate to whatever their abilities are. It's just a wide range of disabilities. We do the best we can to teach them how to cope with their emotions and communicate with their teachers and parents when they're feeling a sort of way. sometimes they just need someone different to talk to. And that's why I'm thinking the therapy dog, they can talk to the dog, it won't talk back, it'll just sit there and listen, and it may help get some of their frustrations out.
What is your technical title there?
I am the transition teacher. It's the special ed transition teacher. They just added my classroom 2 years ago. They had another transition classroom. She did kindergarten through 5th grade, so they added my position, and I do kindergarten through 2nd grade, and then my colleague does 3rd grade through 5th grade, and gets them prepared for middle school.
Is there other questions? Going once, going twice. Any others? All right, Andrew, can we get to a picture? Give me a look. Well, I'm ready for the picture, Rob, but I'm not ready with a pen. Chad, could you grab me a pen real quick? Had a little supply up here. Yeah, that'll work. Perfect. It's too heavy, don't throw it. Nice. All right, this is perfect. We've been giving away pins, but this is a little hourglass, and it's got our 4-way test on there. And that way, if you need a timeout, you have exactly 1 minute. And
Thank
perfect,
you.
so.
Sometimes I need it.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Say hi to all the kids from the Rotary.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, that was wonderful. Thank you.
All right. Okay, looks like we're getting our food distributed. I appreciate you allowing us to start a little early today, necessary to get her back to the classroom, and by 1, I think she's probably going to successfully do that, so perfect. Let's take it from the top. Do we have any guests today that we ought to be introducing?
We have Donnie Martin with us today.
Donnie Martin. All right, Donnie, thank you for being here. Donnie, how do you know Dwayne there?
He just sold my building to Josh. Him and Brandon work together.
Really? So you're the new owner of the big building on the corner there?
No, Josh Clark is. He was a realtor.
The realtor, oh, I understand. You bought a big building?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about. That's a neat building. Congratulations. Great. All right. Who else has a guest? Go ahead,
Guest. The guest, my friend, former colleague, and prospective Rotary member, Andy Neese, who is the new Terre Haute Savings Bank Brazil branch manager.
Well, all right. Very nice. You want to tell a little about yourself and about your position there?
I've been with Terre Haute Savings Bank for 6 years, but I just about a month ago became the branch manager in Brazil. I've worked basically at all the branches now, but I am from Brazil, so I'm happy to be in Brazil as the branch manager.
Very neat. Very neat. Glad to have you here today. Any other guests? Yes?
And I have Andrew Nicholas over here as the owner of Crossroads Electrical. So Andrew has also shown interest in becoming a member and wanted to kind of see what we're all about. And so here's Andrew Nicholas.
All right. Chad, he's the one you warned us about last week,
Yes,
right?
I
That he
warned
might be
you.
coming. Okay, yeah, very good. So let's put on a good show for him, folks. So he's hopefully impressed with what he sees here. Andrew, glad to have you here. Chad, it looks like you might have a young guest beside you, too.
I forgot about this little guy. So we also have our youngest Kason, who got out of school and got to be a car rider today. So mom had his day off, and he's got an appointment after a while. So I don't think he realizes that, but.
Yay, Kason! Welcome, Kason! Thank you. right, it looks like that may be the extent of our guests. How about Happy Bucks? Who's happy about something you'd like to share $1 or $2 or $5 or $100 with the club to be, I mean, $1 or $2 to share it with the club? Who's happy about something? Well, mine are already back there, but we last night for the Troop 95 Boy Scout troop, we welcomed in 3 new members last night. They transitioned over from their Aero Life to the second year of Weebelows from Cub Scouts, and so we just brought in 3 new ones. They've already been camping with us twice, and it looked like they're going to be really good new members to the troop. So looking forward to that. All right, who else wants to go? Who's happy about something? Ryan.
I'm happy. My son this year was the first time I participated in the Rotary Fun Run, and they've both been having a good experience. And now it's a competition to see who's going to beat each other.
Well, sure.
Every day they run.
Very nice. Excellent. Very good. Who else is happy about something? Go ahead.
Our server said he was happy, so I'll put a bucket in for him.
Happy server. That may be why we all have our drinks and things.
And then the other, my youngest scored her first goal in soccer Sunday, and my husband said I was intoxicated after that.
Intoxicated with their success. That's great. Well, let's hope that it's the first of many to come, right? All right. Very good. Anyone else, Dave?
Well, I'm actually unhappy that I've got to station off the air today, but we're still working on it. But you won't see me for the next 2 Wednesdays, only because my good friend from Washington is moving to Las Cruces, and he wants to go secure an apartment, had nobody to be his co-pilot. I'm a willing co-pilot, so I'm going to Las Cruces, New Mexico. I'll see you when I get back. So.
Well, all right. Very good. Thank you. Las Cruces, New Mexico. Very neat. Chris, did I see you raising your hand back there?
That's right.
A couple things. One thing with the fun run still going on. Appreciate all the help getting with that. And good thing Ryan's kids are coming from Jackson because we're doing this school competition, and with the most participation in practices and the run and everything. And 2 years ago, Jackson Township won it, and it didn't come down to the last. Even the run, it didn't matter. They had already done it, but for some reason they went from 18 students down to 4, and he has half of them coming from Jackson now. So they're way behind. But anyway, like Staunton's has a lot, but we still have, as of right now, we have 58 kids signed up, and so I think that's a pretty good number for missing the year. And I know there's at least a couple more that's still gonna just haven't been able to make it this first week, and that's gonna come. But again, it's Mondays and Thursdays at 6. Any help, greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Like Steve and Mary Jo's been there each time for me, and I know Mary Jo won't be there Thursday. And as we're getting farther, I need more and more help with the turns and everything. So if you can come, we usually have the speakers, so we get started running 6:15, 6:20, and then within 10 minutes or so. So by 6:30, 6:35, we're usually out of there and stuff. So any help appreciated. And like I said, the run will be May 15th. So I definitely need 10 to 12 Rotarians there that morning to help out. And one other thing I wanted, kind of public service announcement a little bit, because just to make sure everybody knows, because I went through kind of our roster, and I know at least 14 people either own businesses and things. So I want to make sure you all know about the Paycheck Protection Program that's been out there. It's been out there for a long time, but we just had somebody yesterday that we just did it for because they heard about it from somebody else, like their accountant hadn't told them about it, so they didn't know. But if you own a business that has wages, or if you have your own a farm or Schedule C where you get a 1099 from somebody and file a Schedule C and you have not participated in the PPP, I'd really highly suggest it. It's real easy to get forgiven. So, in most cases, it's free money from the government. You get to take your expenses, like before when you got the credit, you didn't take your expenses, so it kind of offset. Now you even get to take your expenses, so it's totally free. And it's really easy to get forgiven. Even if for some reason, if part of it didn't get forgiven, if you had wages and you have less people at the end of it, you may not get it all forgiven. It's a 5-year loan for 1% if it don't get fully forgiven. But I just highly recommend looking into it, SBA.gov, or if you want to ask me or ask your accountant. But if you have a Schedule C for a business with wages and you haven't done it yet, I'd highly recommend. And if you did it, you might want to check. Some people qualify for a second, what they call a second draw. If in 20 your gross receipts went down by 25% or more in any one quarter. For the year, you could have had a better 2020 than 19, but if you had one quarter in 20 that same quarter in 19 was lower, you qualified to get it twice. And we've had a handful of those, not many second draws, but especially the first. So I just encourage it. The program goes to May 31st if the money's still there. They're thinking the money may run out in a week or two, so I look at it right now if you haven't done it, but I just highly recommend it.
When does said business have to start?
If your business, if your business started before February 15th of 20. Unfortunately, I'm waiting for the program to where, like our business, we started in June where we'd actually get something and all these, started something within the pandemic, but yeah, if you started before February 15th of 20.
Thank you for that PSA. Any other happy butts? Or we're going to move on to some announcements and then to our song, and then we'll wrap up. We're going to do basically just go in reverse order here. Anything else? All right. Then we have had a couple of board meetings. Matter of fact, we've had a board meeting, I think, about every week the last 3 weeks here. And gotten a lot of things, just regular board meeting stuff. You already know, we gave you a rundown of that. Last week we met and talked more about 4th of July things. And Mary Ann did score us a contract with the carnival. And we read through it and approved it. And that now has my signature on there. And she was a witness to it. So have you signed it? As a witness, Mary Ann, have you signed it? You have not signed it. Does anyone need to witness you witnessing it?
Same carnival?
Same carnival, yes. Yep, same carnival. And she said something I didn't hear, and I think I'm just going to let it go.
What will the new dates then be for the celebration?
The new dates, it is a 10-day celebration. It'll start on Friday, which I believe is the 25th, and it'll run through July the 4th. That's it. All right. And then Mary Ann also headed up our scholarship committee, which she heads up, and Mark and I sit on that. And so we met yesterday and sorted through a lot of scholarship applications and selected 3 out of that we will be awarding scholarships for this upcoming year of $1,000 each. And there were some exceptionally strong candidates on there. At one point in time, we'd reviewed a bunch of them. It's like, wow, there isn't one bad one among any of these would be very worthy candidates. So we got a good crop of graduates headed off to college this year. I think Michelle Canava had agreed to do our banners. I'm not sure if we mentioned that or not, but she was taking care of those duties for us. And Peggy stepped up, and I think some of you got revised badges thanks to her efforts. So Peggy, thank you for shaping all that.
I'm still working on some of them.
Started working on some? Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Let's see. Board members, committee heads, are there any other news and announcements we ought to go over? So do keep in mind this Monday, Thursday thing that's going on with the fun run, and if you have time at 6 o'clock, go up to the Forest Park and help out there at the Cow Palace. And if you're needing a makeup, then that is a good way to spend some time, help out, and get yourself a makeup as well. I think that's all I have, and I didn't see any hands going up for anything else. Oh, I did. Go ahead.
Hey Rob, I was asked by Max to see about getting an application for Andy to possibly become a member. So listen.
Well, I think we could do that.
And I said, well, I think I can just bring that up to Rob right now.
I think we should. Dwayne, you to me. We need an application. Okay, well, fine. We need 3.
I make
Yes.
a motion to pursue Andy.
That's what I needed, a motion.
Second.
And there's a second, all right. of the board members, their willingness to pursue her as a potential member. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? If you are, we're throwing you out, but, wonderful. We're pursuing you as a member officially, so just so you know. All right, let's see, I believe we're at the state to do, since we're going in complete reverse order. Fred, do you have a song in your heart that you come up here and hit us in?
And it's an easy one. You may or may not be a song, but America's beautiful. My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. And Rob left me $2 in the track.
You know, with such a special song, I think we ought to stand up for that.
There you
Think
go.
so?
That's
Let's
okay.
stand up. Yep. Country, tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrims tribe, from every mountain side, let freedom ring.
Thank you. That was great.
Rob, you think it'd be possible to just perform on one of our 10 days we'll be at the park?
You know, Fred, we're needing some extra entertainment. You think you could sing for us on any given day?
I tried.
By the way, what time is it? I did not bring a watch or...
22.
22. Well, is there anything else? If there's not, I tell you what, let's rise and recite the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. And I did want to have, I saw a little Facebook meme today saying that we ought to tell people that we love them because you never know if you're going to see them again. So I just want to tell you all, I love you. Except Chad, and I like you, man. It's a solid like. And Dave, we should just talk, we'll talk later. You're a very okay guy. Love you all. All right, here we go. Four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Number one, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
She handles all the sex cases. So she has a lot of